What is happening, fam? It is your boy, the Sultan of Sativa, the Ayatollah of Indica, aka the Bobby Fischer BHO, aka the Hicks and a Hash, aka Abraham Lincoln, aka President of the United States of America, Donald Blunt, aka Benjamin Franklin. He wasn't a president, but he was doing some Freemason stuff. He had some good quotes. He discovered electricity. Remember that fucking bullshit story about how he fucking went out in the rain and thunderstorm with a fucking kite and a keel in it? Come on, man. We knew about electricity way before that motherfucker. Humans been harvesting energy way longer than that. I'm not buying. Welcome back. Brand new episode of Let's Talk About It. Number one can of podcast on the planet. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to welcome. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here. Sometimes we have the Baltimore News Network, where I go through some headlines, tell you what I think about it, kind of how I dissect shit, the way I see it. You know, what I'm picking up from what they're putting down, smelling what they're stepping in. Sometimes I have no agenda whatsoever other than just to let it fucking roll. I don't know what you call that. Sometimes it could be rah-rah, sometimes it could be just fucking chilling, vibing, I guess, stream of consciousness stuff. Sometimes I read some stuff from books. You know, I think it's, I don't know how much people are reading, but I think it's important to do some. And I've been reading consistently every day for years now. And I used to when I was younger. And it's just pleasant. I mean, sometimes it's like stressful because I feel like I have to get it done. And some days I do have to get it done. But the more I just do it, the more it's a part of the routine, man. If you're not reading, it's a problem. I don't care. Oh, yeah, I kind of care what you're reading. But if you're reading over not reading, that in and of itself, is good. Right now, I'm reading a couple different things. I have to read a physical book, so it's physical. I'm reading a book on the shit I saw in a TikTok video. They sucked me in, and the guy was talking about some dude in the 1900s or 1800s, early 1900s, created some glasses using some chemical over the lenses that would allow him to see people's auras. So, you know, he said some people had weak aura, some people had a strong aura, some people had no aura at all. That kind of shit interests me. You know, shit was like, I don't know, shit was kind of legit back then, I believe, prior to all that real Rockefeller influence where they changed and rewrote a lot of history. You know, you can look it up. I've started the Patreon since we last spoke. In episode 77, I'm pretty sure I'd either just did it or was getting ready to, but yeah, we did it. And it was fucking rad. And if you weren't there, you missed out. But guess what? This Sunday, we'll be back at it, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Inner Circle meeting is really, you know, this last week was the first one. And, you know, one of the guys in there was really talking about where he's at and what he needs to do and how he needs some help moving and grooving, moving forward. You know, and that's great. That's what this shit is about. You know, this is about people holding each other accountable to a standard. This is about fucking, you know, getting shit off your chest that you may not have anywhere else that you can get it off. You know, I hate to use the word safe space, but god damn it. We talk real shit. Me? I'm in the business of saving lives, motherfucker. This is what I do. And as we have... See, I used to think it was only like drug addicts I could help. Because that was like what I really had been through. And then I realized that it's not just drug addicts. Everybody, see, the problem is that most regular people don't have the shit that humbles them enough to incorporate a new way of life, to really break the old habits and fucking say, oh my God, that way of living is not working for me. I need to practice principles in my affairs that are going to help me to lead a new way of life, a better way of life than what I'm currently doing. And for me, you know, I would have fucking never done that. I would have never even thought of it if I didn't get wrapped up in the shit that I did. And I know so many people who have been through what I've been through and don't fuck around with a 12-step program because they want to smoke weed. They want to fucking incorporate some mushrooms. The path to recovery is different for all people. But the reality is that if you don't have a network of people who are really trying to better themselves, really looking for ways to improve what they have going on in their realm, then you're going to be stuck in the same old shit. You're going to hit the same old people up looking to do the same old shit. And even if you're not looking to do it at a conscious level, subconsciously, you're thinking about it. Subconsciously, you're already telling yourself the story. You're already twisting the narrative in your head. You know, regular people don't have that shit. You know, and it's, as I've seen over the last few years, especially during the this new COVID era, people are fucking lonely, dude. So many people are working remote, and like, yeah, that's great, but the reality is that you can't fucking function the same because you lose a lot of the social interaction that going to a job brings you. We are social creatures. We are meant to be interacting with others, and as much as our phone puts us in a position where we can be hyper independent and really operate on our own in a lot of ways of self-sufficiency, the reality is that that shit's not always good for us, and a lot of people lose the ability to make friends. Some younger people, older people. I mean, shit, I'm an elder millennial, kinda an OG for sure, and it can be hard for me to connect with some of the younger generation. I see so many people brainwashed by all this bullshit, and they think they're rebelling. You're on the same side as every major corporation uh, that represents everything you claim to hate, and yet you're on the same side as them, pushing the same shit as them, agreeing with what they're pushing, and you think that's like you're being rebellious? Come on, man. You know, these fools got you. I mean, the more and more I like read into it and just replay my experiences and try to look at it from a different perspective, I just feel like that George Floyd shit was bullshit. So much George Soros funded shenanery during all those protests in 2020. So much shenanery with Derek Chauvin and George Floyd's history, and you know, some of the crazy things that there is to think about as far as what could have potentially been the real story there. And I don't know. I'm not claiming to know. I just feel that it's not, we're not being told the truth. You know, I think of fucking, I know a little while ago we had talked about George Soros passing off his $25 billion empire to his son Alex. And I saw pictures today about an article about George Soros with his little entourage. He's got like a Speedo on with 4 dudes from, I think they said Barbados. And, you know, all I could think of is like, yo, these 4 ripped Barbados dudes are banging George Soros. Like, they are fucking this, like, 90-year-old man. And that is disgusting. I'm sorry. It is gross. Call me an ageist if you want. I am. I don't want to think about George Soros getting his fucking ass pounded out by fucking 4 dudes. I mean, he's paying them, you know, he might as well get all their fucking services, you know? Fuck it. Why not? You're George Soros, dude. You're bigger than a ton of countries' whole economy. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. So I'm sorry to drastically digress. The Patreon. So yeah, I got the big thing there is definitely the live call 3 times a month, 3 Sundays out of the month, and hour-long call. The structure is a little loose, format's a little loose right now. We're kind of shooting from the hip, and as things grow, as we grow into a little bit more members at a certain point, it's really gonna be, it's really gonna be something that, um, I'm able to really put together some cool shit for you guys and give back in some other ways, and not just through being a fucking friend and somebody that can be a resource to get you off your fucking ass and get moving, you know? Um, Obviously, if you're here, you fuck with me. And if you fuck with me, I'm trying to really fucking do some cool shit. You get a discount on merch, any and all merch. You get a free gift if you are within the first 30 people to sign up. You're the first 30 people, you will get a free gift. And right now, until we get to the first 30 filled up, I'm doing a free week, so you can hop on in there. I've been doing the daily laws every day. If you've been around, you remember those. I just didn't want to do them on my regular main feed, and then I'm like posting all those and not posting any other shit. So I could post it in here. You guys, it's those daily readings from that book have been pretty helpful in a lot of ways. I love Robert Greene's work. I think he's an excellent writer. Has written some really cool fucking books like The 48 Laws of Power, obviously, and Laws of Human Nature, 33 Strategies of War. I mean, he really gets after it. And for a long time, what's that guy's name? Ryan something. He's like the Stoic guy. Has a book, The Daily Stoic, which will actually probably be my next daily. We're going through. We'll go through this year with the daily laws, and then shit. Maybe I'll get the Daily Stoic, and some days we'll do the Daily Stoic. Some days I'll do the daily laws. Who knows? Flip it up on you. Maybe I'll do a just for today Narcotics Anonymous one. Who knows? Find out inside the Patreon. It's gonna be a lot of cool stuff. Gonna have first access to any live events, which I will be putting some together. And one probably being my own rite of passage, which will be something that you will need to apply for. The first one is going to be, really figuring out the learning curve, getting used to where we're at, and it's going to be good, though. I'm excited. I'm going to have a good group of guys that are going to push each other through to the fucking end. And we're going to fucking get after it. If you're on the Patreon, you will also I'll also been putting like some podcasts that I listen to, probably start putting some workouts that I do, some videos that I utilize to help with certain shit, like breathing fucking exercises, yoga videos I like, just like other ancillary shit. I'm actually going to definitely put my cookbook. Got a bunch of recipes and shit of some good quality healthy meals. And for those of you who are looking to make some dietary changes, it's a great resource, a lot of great meals. And if you'd like to further dive into some fitness and nutrition coaching, we can definitely do that too. I do it through the First Form app, firstform.app. patreon.com/app/Elliot Aces, something like that. You can message me. I'll give you the link. I'll post it up in the Patreon. Big shout out to my man Brandon, first subscriber. It's great, man. Much appreciated. Much love. You know, this is what the fuck it's all about, dude, is finding homies and that we can be accountable to. You know, and that can keep us accountable. This shit is super important. You know, we live in a time where, like, literally everywhere Canada is euthanizing people at an alarming rate. I wish I could find the article, but it was talking about how this lady was pissed, and I think she's might be suing the government or her doctor, and because she had some shit wrong with her that wasn't even that crazy, and they're like offering to euthanize her. Like, what in the fuck? I mean, sure, I get if you're on your last legs and you're fucking having a really hard time making it through, yeah, I guess. And I can't judge anybody else's process. I can't judge anyone else's thought process. You know, it's their fucking life. But the problem is that we don't live in a society that's free. We don't live in a society that's conducive to, like, really being able to pursue the American dream or fucking the Canadian dream in this case. You know, no freedom of speech. That's not important to them like it is to us. And that's the facts, dude. I mean, they got news censored on social media. They fucking called the truckers, the freedom truckers, white supremacists and racists. Fucking Trudeau did that shit. Why? They fucking put bans on all these weapons. They don't have a Second Amendment. You know? That motherfucker was talking about, what do we do with these people? You know? The implication is genocide when he says shit like that. It's about conditioning people to be fired up and be like, yeah, what do we do with them? These unvaccinated fuckers who are getting us sick and killing our grandmas. You know? What do we do with them? That's what Trudeau was talking about. That's what some of our own politicians were talking about. I'm ready for this, to make it through another winter of severe illness and death. You know, bring it the fuck on. I think China's got a new COVID out. They just dropped some shit. You know, they're talking about China. You know, I don't know what to make of China, and I don't. Honestly, I'm not worried about any of these other countries. I'm worried about us. I'm worried about the people that are coming into our country that could potentially band together and fuck us up. We're at a point, man, where people they're changing laws to make it so that illegal immigrants could be police officers. Illegal immigrants could vote. You know, whose interest are they going to be voting in? You know, like, we already can't keep our elections safe. Not that it matters. You know, I believe that shit is rigged to some degree every time and has been forever. I mean, I listened to American Election right before the 2020 election, and it basically goes through every election in United States history and talks about what elements were corrupt and what people were trying to do to gain an edge in these elections. And it's fucking sick, dude, where we're at with it now. These oligopolies fucking just paying all these politicians off. You know, kickbacks for giving them these big, cushy contracts to rebuild countries after we fucking destroy them. And then they don't even do a good job. Halliburton contractors were making $30,000 a month in Iraq. Fucking American soldiers were making $30,000 a year. Come on, man. Like, they want you to go kill where Saddam's at, but won't let you fucking hold a Glock where your mom's at. You know, come on, man. Why? They don't send their kids to these wars. I had a friend on Facebook. She made a post. I saw it said, "If you don't want to talk about Gaza, then I don't want to talk to you." And I could think, man, poor girl, so confused, so angry and emotional, afraid. And I get people might have personal connections over there. I don't know. You know, it's people that look like her. I get it. You know, you see people that looks like you want to you're automatically connected. So, but to me, it's like just reading into all this atrocity propaganda that they drop every day. Saw some shit about like mothers holding their dead baby after fucking the bomb went off, and it's like, I mean, I don't want to just sound like an asshole and insensitive, but like, what do we know? What do we really know? Are we saying this 100% is real? We don't know what we can completely ascertain that it's a real photograph that wasn't staged by our people. Who fucking knows, man? We get all this shit happening shoved down our throats. It's just one thing after the next. We're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars to Israel. This shit doesn't make any sense, man. Unless they're intentionally trying to destroy our way of life. When I say our, I mean us as Americans. I don't give a fuck what your skin color is. We're fighting about skin color while these politicians fleece us the fuck out, bro. Clean us out. What are you supposed to do? The only thing that I know is keep getting better. Because honestly, even though shit is fucking crazy, even though I've been at one of my lowest financial points in a long time, I feel great. Physically, I feel great. Mentally, spiritually. And honestly, I have a lot of work to do and a long way to go. And I can feel that too. But I feel great with where I'm at. And that shit really means something. Like, I look in the mirror and I feel pretty damn good. Yeah, there's stuff that I critique. I critique myself fucking hardcore. And sometimes to the point where it fucking stops me from getting shit done. But, you know, uh, it's important. It's important to hold yourself to a standard every day. And some days you're going to fall short. And if you don't fall short, standard ain't big enough. I wanted to hop on tonight, talk a little bit about this Patreon, let you know wherever you're at globally, jump in there, man. There's going to be a lot to gain. There's going to be a lot to do, and there's a chat. We can all communicate, and good place for you guys to be able to share shit with me as well. As message me and interact as moving forward. I'm really trying to dedicate more of my time to that. As Instagram has been garbage, and it's nothing but fucking the same ads and constant suggested posts. It's like I can't fuck with that, man. I'm getting so sick of it. I'm about to be on hop on, post my shit, keep it moving. Patreon, if you want to get a hold of me, you want to know what I got going on, what's available, when I'm available for anything and everything, workouts, fucking, we can get after it. All you gotta do is let me know, and Patreon is going to be the place to do that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and have a great night. Longshore out.